This week, right here on Charger Bulletin News. Breaking news surrounding speculation on an alleged serial killer in New England, a surprise resignation sparks protests throughout the nation, and major updates in the world of modern medicine, right here on Charger Bulletin News. Welcome back to another episode of Charger Bulletin News. I'm Hayden Leach.
And I'm Michael Crowley. Let's get right into this week's stories.
Multiple sets of human remains have recently been discovered across New England, including right here in Connecticut, prompting concern among residents and students. So far, remains have been found in New Haven and Groton, Connecticut, as well as Foster, Rhode Island. The most recent discovery was made at a cemetery in Groton, and those remains have not yet been identified. In total, 4 separate cases are under investigation by 4 different agencies. Despite online speculation, police have not confirmed any connection between these cases. Still, the public remains on edge, with many speculating about a possible serial killer. Responding to the rumors, Town of Groton Police Chief L.J. Ferrasso told Channel 3, quote, that it can be a dangerous pitfall and create more hysteria than there needs to be. Be a good witness, provide information to your local authorities. Get that 911 call in immediately if it's urgent or appears to be dangerous. Make that call, end quote. We want to remind the Charger community to stay alert both on and off campus. If you see something, say something. Campus police can be reached at 203-932-7014. Stay safe, Chargers.
If you keep up with the stock market, you know it's experienced a significant fall following the implementations of President Trump's 10% tariffs on U.S. imports, along with his elevated tariffs on 57 nations. This has been the worst for the U.S. stock market since 2020, with all 3 major stock indexes plunging more than 5%, with the S&P 500 dropping almost 6%. During the crashes, Trump urged followers on social media to, quote, hang tough, saying we can't lose, end quote. As of April 9th, however, stocks surged as a result of Trump announcing a 90-day pause on select tariffs. This reversal saw the S&P 500 skyrocketing 9.3%, putting it on pace for its largest single-day jump in 5 years. In his same post announcing this decision, Trump also announced he was raising China's tariffs to 125%. Many are concerned as to what these tariffs will lead to, with financial services firm J.P. Morgan claiming the chances of a U.S. and global recession are at 60%. With the results of these implementations being unclear, we here at Charger Bulletin News will continue to keep you updated.
The United States was rocked by widespread protest, along with a surprise political resignation just hours after Elon Musk announced he would step down from his advisory position at the White House. The protests, beginning as a localized demonstrations earlier in the week, swelled into a nationwide movement demanding greater government accountability and transparency. Thousands gathered in cities across the nation, some of those being New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. Those protesting are vocalizing frustrations over recent federal policies and what activists are describing a growing erosion of democratic norms. While the precise trigger for the protest remains complex, Musk's resignation only seemed to add fuel to the fire. In a press briefing Wednesday morning, the billionaire entrepreneur and CEO of Tesla and SpaceX confirmed he will be stepping away from his role within the administration, stating, quote, irreconcilable differences for the nation's future. Moments later, he posted on X stating, quote, I believe in freedom, innovation, and reason, and can no longer stand by that decision that goes against those values, end quote. Though Musk did not specify what policies prompted his departure, political analysts suggest the timing was not accidental. His exit appears to reflect deepening fractures within the administration and a growing divide between technocratic visions and populist governance. As of this evening, curfews have been imposed in several cities, and civil rights organizations are monitoring reports of escalating tensions between protesters and law enforcement. The White House has yet to issue an official response. Now let's head to Will with updates in sports.
Welcome back to the Charger Sports Report. I'm Will Whalen, and I have lots of updates for you in the world of sports. Let's get right into it. If you've been keeping up with Charger lacrosse, you know they have been dominating this season. After their huge win against St. Anselm last Wednesday, women's lacrosse went on to defeat Bentley Falcons at their celebratory game on Saturday. In a game marking 25 years of New Haven women's lacrosse, the Chargers claimed a 16-6 win against the Falcons at Kathy Zolad Stadium. Surrounded by Charger alumni, family, and friends, this kept women's lacrosse undefeated in conference play. The first half of the game stayed even between the Chargers and the Falcons, with a major shift heading into the second half. The Chargers exploded with 10 unanswered goals and led an offensive charge. Goalkeeper Madeline Sage had a standout day in the net, making 10 saves and ensuring Bentley remained scoreless for the entire second half. Women's lacrosse improves to a 7-0 in the New England Conference. Way to go, lacrosse. Charger baseball hosted Pace University last weekend in a 3-game series. The boys emerged victorious in only one of 3 games, but were highlighted by strong pitching performances. The opening game was a tough loss for the Chargers, with a 6-1 loss. Even a strong performance from Leah McCarroll on the mound with 5 innings, it wasn't enough to combat Pace. New Haven bounced back in Game 2 with a 6-3 win. The Chargers' offense came to life in the 6th, scoring 2 runs and opening the door to 4 more in the 7th. Game 3 was claimed again by Pace. New Haven couldn't overcome the dominant pitching put forward by Pace. Even with New Haven's opportunities, we were unable to claim the win with a 1-0 upset. While the Chargers couldn't clinch the series, there's plenty of potential heading into the rest of the season. Charger softball had a busy weekend in their 2-game series against American International College. In a close contest, Game 1 was ultimately secured by AIC with a 5-3 win. The Chargers jumped out with an early 2-0 lead in the first inning, with Brianna Truman having an RBI double to right, allowing Bella Chenet to score. The third inning started as 3-2 in favor of AIC, and the Chargers were unable to overcome. Skylar Griffin started for New Haven, striking out 3 and allowing 5 earned runs on 11 hits over 6 innings, but the Charger offense couldn't capitalize on their scoring opportunities. New Haven bounced back in the second game, crushing AIC with a 9-1 win. Charger softball exploded from the start, putting up 2 quick runs in the first inning. A spectacular showing from Katie Rhodes, pitching 5 full innings and allowing only 4 hits and 1 run. A great weekend for Charger softball. This weekend, sports have fierce competition home and away. Make sure to show up and show some support. For schedules and updates on Charger athletics, make sure to check out newhavenchargers.com. Hey guys, how's those brackets holding up? The 2025 NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments concluded with thrilling championship games that crowned the Florida Gators and the Yukon Huskies as national champions. Starting off with the men's, the Florida Gators secured their 3rd national title in a nail-biter, defeating the Houston Cougars 65-63. The game was intense, with Florida overcoming a late deficit to clinch the victory. Gators guard Walter Clayton Jr. was named the tournament's most outstanding player. Now on to the women. Connecticut's own Yukon Huskies claimed their 12th national championship with a commanding 82-59 win over the South Carolina Gamecocks. Yukon standout guard Azzy Fudge showed up when she was needed most, earning her the Most Outstanding Player award. With both tournaments over, there's only one thing basketball fans have their eye on now, the NBA playoffs. Well, guys, who do you think will take home the Larry O'Brien Trophy? This has been your Charger Sports Report. Let's head over to Hanya with entertainment.
Thanks, Will. Welcome to Entertainment. I'm Hanya Paral, and we have some exciting news to keep you in the loop. Let's get to it. The Minecraft movie hit theaters last week, bringing the iconic blocky world of the beloved video game to life in its first ever live-action adaptation. Directed by Jared Hess and starring both Jason Momoa and Jack Black, the film made waves at the box office. Raking in $157 million during opening weekend, The film set a record-breaking debut for a video game adaptation, with fans across the world flooding theaters to see their favorite virtual world on the big screen. Despite the massive turnout and fan enthusiasm, critics weren't as kind. Many called the film a mess, criticizing its lack of focus. For fans, however, the nostalgia, memes, and sheer novelty of seeing Minecraft on the big screen was more than enough. Whether you loved it or laughed at it, one thing's for sure, the Minecraft movie was a success. For now, it's playing exclusively in theaters, and the buzz isn't slowing down anytime soon. Following an 18-month investigation by London's Metropolitan Police, British comedian Russell Brand has been charged with rape, oral rape, indecent assault, along with 2 counts of sexual assault. Brand is set to appear in court May 2nd. The charges stem from allegations made by 4 women dating back to 2023. He also faces a separate civil sexual assault lawsuit in New York, filed anonymously. Brand denies all accusations, stating in a video on Twitter, "I've never engaged in non-consensual activity. I pray that you can see that by looking in my eyes." Once a provocative figure in comedy and media, Brand finds himself at the center of escalating legal battles on both sides of the Atlantic. During CinemaCon in Las Vegas, award-winning director Sam Mendes revealed his plans for what seems to be a groundbreaking project. Mendes announced a 4-film series that will depict the lives and careers of the Beatles. Each of the 4 films will give an individual perspective to each member of the Beatles: John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. The 4-part biopic series is set to release in 2028, allowing generations of fans to experience how the Beatles defined rock and roll and revolutionized music and pop culture in the 60s. Val Kilmer, famous American actor, has died at 65. The Hollywood star was best known for his outstanding performances as Bruce Wayne in Batman Forever, Iceman in Top Gun, and Jim Morrison in The Doors. Kilmer's career unfolded from the early 80s, leaving a lasting mark on blockbuster films. He was a phenomenal actor known for the originality and depth he brought to every role. Despite Kilmer facing multiple personal health challenges, his impact on the film industry remains deeply respected, leading many friends and fans to share across social media their admiration for his drive to push through diversity. Val Kilmer's passing marks the end of an era for Hollywood, but his legacy will forever live on. TikTok, one of the world's most popular social media apps, is making headlines yet again with another extension to another possible ban. After the TikTok ban on January 18th of 2025, it was quickly restored after just 12 hours being down. President Trump gave TikTok a 75-day extension with the order to sell to an American company and made the app available to download again. As of April 5th, President Trump has given ByteDance another 75 days to sell the app to a U.S. operation, writing on Truth Social, quote, "We look forward to working with TikTok and China to close the deal," end quote. It's unknown how realistic the idea of any of these deals coming to fruition is at this time, leaving people to ask, will there be a second TikTok ban? That's all for this week. I'm Hania Paral, and we'll be back soon with more updates in the world of entertainment. Let's head back to the desk with Hayden.
This past weekend, the university hosted their 45th annual International Festival, also known as iFest. iFest welcomed over 1,000 attendees to the Beckerman Recreation Center to celebrate the incredible diversity that makes our campus so unique. From global dishes to live cultural performances, almost every corner of the world was represented. The event kicked off with the Parade of Nations, where students, faculty, and staff proudly walked and displayed their country's flags, showing off the cultural pride that lives right here on campus. Group by group, each participant stepped forward, showcasing their country's flag and culture, bringing cheers from the crowd and creating a wave of energy that set the tone for the entire event. Flags of all colors from all corners of the world, including the United States, filled the room, reminding everyone that while we come from different places, we all are a part of one Charger community. As the night continued, guests were treated with energetic performances that lit up the stage and delicious meals that transported taste buds around the world. From beginning to end, iFest 2025 was a night to remember. It showcased not only the beauty of diversity, but the strength of our Charger community. We here at Charger Bulletin cannot wait to see how iFest will continue to unite and showcase the diversity that we hold here.
Coming up, updates in the world of medicine and essential resources for the end of your semester. But first, let's head to Sweden with all things student life.
Welcome back to Student Life. I'm Sweden Patterson, and we have lots of updates for you. Let's get started. It's that time of the year again, where the Health Sciences Capstone hosts Fresh Check Day. The event originated from Jordan Porco Foundation and is a vibrant and meaningful gathering aimed to highlight mental health awareness. It's happening on Wednesday, April 23rd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Maxi Quad. You won't want to miss it. Upon entry to the event, you'll be given a card that will help you participate in the raffle and gain a chance to win prizes. Trust me, there will be a lot of prizes for you. Be sure to come out and have some fun, enjoy food and music. You won't want to miss it. Last night was the opening night for our theater company's production, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. This is a thrilling musical filled with all the laughs and drama you could ask for. And it's about the most thrilling topic you could imagine, preteens at a spelling bee. This has all the catchy tunes that you'd expect with some other fun quirks, primarily audience participation. That's right, at some points throughout the show, the colorful characters on stage will come in the audience and pull in members at random to get in on the spelling fun. I'm not going to give away too much information because thankfully it's not too late to check it out. This production is still going on every night at 7:30 until the closing show this Sunday, April 12th. So if you hurry, you can still have time to check it out. Attention seniors, this Monday is Charge Out. On April 14th, stop by the Beckerman Recreation Center anytime between 1 to 6 p.m. to check off some final to-dos before graduation. You'll be able to pick up your own cap and gown, sign up for celebratory events, get some free giveaways and treats, and meet various offices as you prepare for life after school. You do not need to RSVP to attend. We hope to see you there. Well, that's all for this week. We'll have more for you next week with the return of student life. Back to you, Michael.
As modern technology gains traction in our world, modern medicine follows behind, paving a path of their own. Sebastian Buzil, a 21-year-old patient from New York, was treated and cured with a new gene therapy targeting sickle cell anemia. In December of 2024, Buzil started receiving a new gene therapy called Lyfgenia, developed by biotech company Bluebird Bio. Accessibility for such treatments is slow-acting due to their pricing. Lyfgenia is priced at $3.1 million per treatment, whereas Casgevy costs $2.2 million, raising questions as to how many patients with sickle cell disease will be able to access the therapy. The FDA approved treatments of sickle cell anemia to patients 12 and older following impressive clinical trial results showing improved health stats. In the Lyfgenia trial, 88% of 32 patients were treated successfully. The targeted therapy ranged from 12 to 50-year-olds and had a complete resolution of their symptoms between 6 to 18 months after receiving the drug. With such advanced achievements available, the medical world is just beginning to scratch the surface of modern medicine.
Calling all Mets fans, the University of New Haven announced April 3rd that the Pompea College of Business has created a partnership with the New York Mets to become the franchise's first higher education partner. Through this partnership, students will be able to visit Mets sites, have mentorship opportunities with employees of the Mets, along with the university's name and brand being showcased in digital content created by the Mets. Our university president, Jens Fredrickson, said, quote, "Creating a partnership with a franchise as recognizable and successful as the Mets will provide unmatched experiences for our students," end quote. If you are in the Pompea College of Business, make sure to stay tuned for more of these upcoming opportunities.
As the semester starts to wrap up, don't forget there are plenty of resources to help you finish strong. If you find yourself overwhelmed or needing extra support, we've got you. First up, the Center for Learning Resources offers tutoring for a wide range of subjects. Whether you need help with one course or several, their tutors are ready to work with you. Not into tutoring? Try forming a study group. Set a time and place and lean on your peers for motivation and support. If you find yourself needing some one-on-one help, your professors want you to succeed. Check their office hours and take charge of your own grades. Feeling mentally stuck? It's okay. This is a stressful time of the year, and if you're looking for some extra support, reach out to counseling and psychological services of the university's care team for support. Let's finish this semester strong. We've got this, Chargers.
That's all the time we have for this week.
You can check out the latest Charger Bulletin newspaper on chargerbulletin.com or in newsstands around campus.
Stay up to date by following us on social media at Charger Bulletin.
Check out our link tree for access to the Horseshoe magazine.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Hayden Leach.
And I'm Michael Crowley. We'll see you next week with another live episode of Charger Bulletin News.